And my mic was off. Okay, so back. I hate it. So we are back again on the Sodor map and waiting for the update. I prepared a small area already in the starting area just to generate funds, and I figured some stuff not properly out with the mods, but we're already working on some nice areas, which are not done yet though. We have one nicer area, which is basically a small yard. I'm not building it realistically, I'm just building it how I like it basically. So there are different nations and this setup is not for any nation. I'm just building how I think it's right. I don't want to like really build a real network. I just want to have like fun. I'm basically playing model trains in a virtual environment and gaming a bit at least. So this will be our like overseas harbor. So I'm preparing this for last, like I don't know, like I spend a lot of time because I kind of find it hard to work with the assets in TF2. It's I don't know, like I'm happy about all the models adding stuff, but it gets really confusing if you don't know already what it is you are searching for. So I don't know, but I'm pretty happy. This is our parking yard. So my intentions here are basically we will have a big parking yard and then we have the stations here for the shipping, and shipping should like jump over a lot of stops to get stuff like post, which is mostly post probably because we only have two on the island. We have one here and here, and it's not really connected to like these areas. So my hope is basically that we have basically a whole main network connecting all the cities, probably not always with the main train line, but like sublines and stuff. And then our shipping network will jump over like some spots. We will like have a harbor here and somewhere here and perhaps here. So it will jump, and perhaps from the other side as well. And then we have our big freight harbor here. And there we like try to move stuff from the harbor then again into the cities, because we have our two main production lines for consumer goods here and here. I don't know if there are more, probably there are, but this is at our setup at the moment. They are our main lines. What we also still need to do is I'm using like cargo trams all over the place, which I probably want to replace with proper train lines, because I figured out how to get the cargo trams, or like the small cargo trains, working on the train lines. It's just a small setting in the mod settings, but I could not figure it out first. I didn't know it worked like this. I had another mod which basically added trams to the train. What's it called? The vehicle manager. So I added trams already to the train networks, which works fine. And now we have a bit more complex. We have like double variants and stuff like this, but it's fine. But I did not figure out how to get the extra trams, like these really small ones, into the train network, but I got it now. And so I'm using them already here, basically shipping the consumer goods back to Crovan's Gate and the war resources there to the tunnel network here. It's kind of nice. Well, like it's probably not really realistic, but I really like it. We have the main line going under the tunnel here to there, and then we have a tunnel layer over the main tunnel going to here, and then we have the street up there. it makes it's probably not making that much sense, but the main problem is like I would have to need to like level basically everything here because it's hilly, and I was not just not in the mood because I need to tunnel there. We want to go from here to like basically here, extending the line, and we need to tunnel anyway because our line going there comes from here because we have basically a switching segment here where we go to Crown's Gate, we will go to Kel's Rope from here, and then this line will go up to these two towns. This all needs to be reworked though because I'm not happy with it at all. I need some time to really get back into how to work all the kinks of this game engine. Basically, when you place objects, there's a lot to learn though. You can like get really nice results when you spend more time in it, like this here basically, but it takes some time to get used to the settings, and you need a lot of, at least I need a lot of mod overlays to like figure out how long like the train segments are and stuff like that to make it equalize. This probably from like a common sense perspective makes not much sense to build it like this, but I don't know, I kind of wanted to use this area because we wanted to have a line here, and it was kind of weird, and I wanted also to have a way to like circle around when we get into here. So I spent quite some time working this out, and it kind of works now. This will go to like our harbor setting and then back into the line. At least that's the plan. So let's continue working on it. At least I think that's what we plan to do. I mean, we have enough money and we don't have any loans anymore. This also needs to be reworked because when I built it, I don't know why, I just couldn't figure out how to set the height, which is of course pretty easy, but I don't know why. I just tried to use the mouse GUI interface for it and it was horrible. But you can just do it with like, you can set it on your like keys for like low and high, like it's in City Skylines, and that makes it way easier. We have a lot of these truck terminals, or road terminals. They are not that nice. I mean, I like them a lot, but they don't work that nice with trams because it doesn't show the lines. And we want to move away from like using cargo trams on streets because it gets weird. I mean, it works nicely, and in some areas it totally makes sense, and I will leave it like this. But in these areas, sometimes if you connect them, like private cars will go into them, and that makes it weird. That's why you need to disconnect them everywhere, and it just looks wrong. I would like, basically you can use, I have a lot of road mods as well. There are like single track lines for like using with a tram. But it kind of gets, I'm always not sure, like some of them then cars drive into it and it just not looks right from my perspective. I mean, this would look fine probably to like replace those. I mean, we can just try it. Because it makes more sense if it's just rails, like in a green strip, than having like a common road there. Because like some of the mods for the streets are complicated because they make problems where like your trucks can't drive on them, which is fine technically, but then some of them just don't work at all with like no tram, no trucks. I don't know why. It could be a compatibility issue between like all the mods I'm running. Don't have any cars here anymore, so we just want trams, so it could be fine. But we need to figure it out. It's mostly figuring stuff out. So basically we have like tram lines here now. I'm not sure if cars can drive into it. Let's flatten this a bit so it looks nicer. They go quite nice in like the grass. They don't look so weird. So we can leave them probably like this, because it looks better than having them going on. But in the future I'm mostly trying to use proper train lines, because it also makes it's more expensive though, because trains are like, I don't know why, and like wagons are like horribly expensive. These are quite cheaper. They cost just like $65,000 a year, while I mean the other one is longer, but still it costs a lot more. This one costs like 400,000 a year, and it makes a big difference, but it's longer, and we still need 2 of them. It's mostly we need 2 of them because it just takes forever to like go up the hill, but it's perfectly fine. Like our intervals with our main train lines are not that fast that it makes a big difference, so it's fine. And we also have like common transport on this diesel logs. We also have some like with the power lines, I did not set it up correctly. Sometimes it's the auto setting on the in the track settings, and sometimes it puts them up and sometimes not. So, and we run with like different icons and stuff. I'm not happy with all of them. I like those ones quite well, but I don't like the product icons. I would prefer to have the standard icons, but it's fine. So what I'm hoping with like the new update, when we have switching between station that's the terminals in the stations, then it makes way more sense to build like more complicated, bigger networks for like switching into the gates, which, well, like with the setting is now, it basically makes no sense to have like more throughput on the switching, because they wait anyway most of the time. But I hope to like connect all cities and like all, at least everything which makes sense to connect from the industries. So we have a big network, and I try to not skip all the hills. We have this like the tunneling here and here, but this is relatively fine. I try to stop tunneling through areas like these ones, so we get more like how you naturally would plan, I think, at least a rail network on the coast, or like in the flatter, not so hilly areas, which is what we are doing here. Because if you just tunnel through it, it gets quite, like, it doesn't make that much fun. So we need to rebuild all of these areas mostly, but it's fine. We go one step after another, and we mostly play for fun. So it's not, we don't try to build something really realistic. It should be fine. So I'm not sure if we should start with the harbor already, because I'm like, the assets for the harbors are more complicated to figure out what you really want, and I don't know why we can build those already. It's like, it's also with the mods, it's some stuff, if you have too many of them, it gets really iffy to figure out what you're searching for and what you want to build somewhere. But I don't know yet. We have like the completely empty stations, so we can build them however we want, and we also have like really small harbors. I'm not sure yet how they work. I have some mods which I'm really interested in. We have the conveyor mod. I never worked with it, and I don't really know like how it works, but it sounds interesting. Those ones. I mean, I hope to figure it out, because it would be quite interesting to like some areas where like here it basically would make more sense to have a conveyor system for like areas like those, because it's connecting not that far away. It would be like from here to here, which you could do with like a conveyor system realistically. It's like it always depends. Like if it's an industrial town, you usually have more conveyor action going on. For example, this one here. This we should absolutely use a conveyor system for. At least I think so, because it just gets plain stupid if you have like a train going on there. Or I mean, we could extend it and then like add a station so it perhaps connects, perhaps not. It always depends. This one here, for example, it's like we would add a train track, but we could also like, and realistically in like real life you would do that, because like how far are they away from each other? It's like it's 800 meters. It's like you can see it completely, so you probably would do it. And it's the same with all the other stations here. Like those two, you could perfectly do it with a conveyor system over the hill and stuff like that. So we will figure it out. I'm not even sure if it works correctly, but I'm really interested in it because it looks like fun. Or like those two. Yeah, let's do those two because we don't have connected them already, and it would make quite sense. So let's first of all let's replace. Like the description of some of the streets, I just don't understand what they try to tell me with like tires on the left. Does it mean like normal cars? No, we don't want tram. And this is like, it's like, this looks like a normal street, very small street. It's like, if you have too many of the mods, it gets kind of confusing, but you really need them though, because this game, I don't know why, has like, you need separate streets for like one ways and stuff like that. It would be so much nicer if it would work like City Skylines. This looks basically fine, and we are like, oh, we like 1930, so it's more like this one. So we have a straight road there. I mean, we own a lot of infrastructure, which we probably should not own as a private company, but who knows. We also can basically like remove everybody from its own home, so we're like a train company, which we basically are. So we can do whatever we want. So let's try building this conveyor system. I never worked with it or played with it, so it's interesting to figure out how it works. So we probably want, oh, I read that. It says in the mod description, it counts as a road, so you need to be careful with. So now height placing doesn't work anymore. I don't know. How is it manually here? Length, station name. Oh, it gets really complicated. You can set up a lot of stuff, so. I mean, I like that it's getting complicated, but so apparently you need to be really careful with those. Length. Okay, so we can set it up like really long. I don't know why I can't set height again. This game is like it makes some stuff really complicated, and I don't know why. Because in theory, setting the height for buildings should be quite easy, but it does like really fancy stuff sometimes. Okay, so discount. Oh, I read that. We need to buy special vehicles for the conveyors. Oh, you have also road locomotives. I added some mods, which I did not use yet, but this one looks funny. It's basically a train on the road. Yes, that looks like fun. And we have a lot of like. So our basic setting for this island is we are technically somewhere in Europe, and we are like we are probably connected to like the British Islands or something, like legally to the Commonwealth, but we are not really. We buy stuff from everywhere because like nobody cares about us. We are like too small, or like people really caring about us, but we are too big to like not having infrastructure, like modern road infrastructure. So we do our own thing mostly. So that's basically like we have one mainland connection here and then another one here. Well, we don't even have a connection, so it's just like we can see it. We could build a connection, but mostly we are focusing on this is our mainland connection and this is the mainland, and we don't really care about these people because basically our company probably owns everything here. I'm not that sure because it looks like we own everything because we can kick out people everywhere, which would make the most sense that we own everything. And because we are a company and not like state owned, we buy from everywhere. So we will have we will have perhaps some American stuff, but mostly not. But we will have, the setting is set to Europe, so we don't have Asian and American. I don't know if American, it should be a separate. Is it American? I think it is. The setting for like getting them, but we don't have them. We mostly have European stuff. But we will have like a lot of like Eastern European and Western European and Northern European. We will have everything and British stuff. We will mix them up however we want. Because I'm mostly playing for fun. I don't need realism in playing with model trains basically. I prefer to like just have nice trains. And that's like when I go to the workshop, I download what I like. And it doesn't always make sense probably when we have like, I don't know, like Polish wagons with like German trains and British buses delivering stuff. But it's for fun. It's not just doing stuff. Yes, let's go back to setting up the conveyor belts. So we mostly need to, we can basically set it up. We don't need a junction because it's just one-to-one. So let's set bridge starter. Conveyor belt type, bridge piece. I'm not that sure if we need to set up the bridge or if it will, like we need to figure it out because it could be that we need to use the bridge system. First of all, we need to find the conveyors, which will be horrible. No, they are. Bulk cargo covered. Okay, so it is already a bridge. Okay. So then we only need the building on this side, so we should probably set it up that they are logically closer together. Okay. Level 3. Oh, we could have set the height. Okay. Oh, we can. Oh, there are different sizings. Okay. Yeah, we figure out bigger cargo waiting area. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, but we probably don't need it that much. Let's figure it out. Conveyor. So, do we need covered conveyors? No, because it's copper. It's probably fine just doing it. Okay. Can set bridges. Viaduct. Oh, we have too many bridges though. Should probably leave it like it is. No, it still works. Okay. This looks funky though. If it would not do this, it would look quite nice with this system. Yeah, it probably breaks all the standard bridges, so let's just disable it and then try it again. Here, just leave it like this. Oh, it does it here as well. Why does it do this? Oh, okay, that's my fault. We don't have bus lanes. We don't have sharp, and we should be curved. It said it should always be curved. Also, do we need it? It's really high. Would you build it that high? Probably not. But I'm not... Oh, okay, there it is. So we can't build it really lower. Bridge pillar collision. Yeah, we don't really care about that. It looks fine. We should probably lower them in the configuration. Let's... Oh, it doesn't do it. So we probably need to remove it again. Configure it. Okay. So let's... What does it do on 0? It connects. Okay. This is funny, though. So 10% is fine. And let's do it with 10%, because then we don't have such a huge... Oh, we can go lower here. Yeah, then let's go lower here, so... Then... Yeah, this works out for me. Bridge pillar collision. We are technically fine with that. I mean, is this the collision? Perhaps. We build it anyway. It's fine. They don't drive to the pillar or not? Nope. Is it broken now? Should be not. Okay. So then it had... Oh no, this one has it. Okay. So we buy some of these. They transport 5. They have a huge, like a long lifespan. Loading speed. Let's buy 5 and try out what happens. And then a new route is... How do we call it? CC cargo. I don't remember anymore. So it's Vickerstown mine. That should be fine. Okay. I don't remember what I mean with CC. Cargo somewhere. This looks kind of weird though. So we probably can make this nicer. Conveyor. Yeah, it's probably my fault because I wanted it too low. Bulldoze anyway. I want it lower, but I don't want it too low. So this looks... Yes. Okay. So, are they already on the line? Moved again. Where are our vehicles? There they are. There's... Oh! No, they are somewhere in the building. So we can't see them, sadly. I'm also not sure how it works. If it's like... You're delivering the right stuff or not? Copper ore, yes. So... Oh, they're invisible. That's sad. I thought we can see a small wagon or something. I mean, it's a great mod though. I quite like this. It would be cooler if we would see more. It could be that I'm doing something wrong, so we don't see the vehicles. That I set up something wrong. But it really looks like fun. And it enables you to do some fancy stuff with like transferring, mostly like, which I usually hate, is like when you have a harbor and you don't have your train line directly on the harbor because you do some decoration or you do something else, and then you have like, I don't know, like a 200-meter truck line or something, which you can like really nicely do with these ones. It's great. I don't know why I never saw it before. I did not look into it when it was released, but it's probably already older because most mods for this game are like not new. But I never saw it. I mean, we probably need to work a bit with like making it nicer, because there's the bridge start and the bridge end and stuff like that, and we will figure it out. But let's just let it run here and see how it works. Do they not cost money? Though they should, or running costs. Okay, it has running costs. Which kind of like annoying is that they are invisible, because that's kind of making it hard for me to figure out. So how much can it transport? 5. So that's just by 10. Then it's 50. Shipment, transport, it says 200. Perhaps it works. I don't calculate it usually. I just set it up with like how I feel about stuff, and it works pretty fine mostly. Okay, so what's next? I'm not that sure at the moment what we really want to do with it, because I spend a lot of time like building this area, but it gets repetitive at some point. So we should probably connect it here so we can really use it. But I'm also not that sure, because I wanted to connect this one first. That was the main point why I built this whole area. But then I figured this it just doesn't work. So I just use trucks to ship stuff from here to here. Which, now a conveyor belt would not make sense around like a whole town. So this distance is also like, it always depends. If you played what's the Soviet Republic, is it called like this? Soviet, wait a moment. Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. There you have like conveyor belts from like town to town, basically. It always depends how you plan your setup. So you're like still, yeah, you're doing fine. I mean, even if you play on hard in this game, it usually gets like quite easy. So let's activate timing again a bit, because we probably want some new trains and stuff. I'm not sure yet. So we probably should work on the connection for these towns, which I'm also not sure how I want to solve it. That's why I did not do it yet. We need to connect a lot more industries, but for like our financial situation, it works just fine. Basically, it's like always transporting like people and then transporting all the stuff from A to B. It works just fine. Some stuff makes more money than others, so I'm working a lot also with the cargo trams, which are quite cheaper. but it's the same with trucks, so they're just more efficient. Then other stuff just don't make, it's not just not making money, but it's, these ones are jumping like from top to bottom all the time because they have so long running times for like making again money. Then again, those probably never make money because it's like the distance is too short. So should we replace it with, oh, what do we got? Some like funky trams and buses. It's probably all like Austrian. It looks like it. So do we want to replace this also with a conveyor belt, because it would make sense and would it would probably save us some money. The question is, can we fit the conveyor belt in here? Because this area is already pretty. No, we don't need the bigger waiting area, so this game also does some things where like you always need a street connection, which is, oh no, you're not all, but like sometimes it wants funky connection, sometimes it doesn't. So this would work. Yeah, then let's do it. Let's replace the trains. So realistically, where would we go from here? We have the bridge set up. Oh, it does. It's no, it's not. So we would probably want to connect from here to here then. I mean, it again gets like really high, but it probably makes sense here. Because we need to go like up. What's like the bridge pillar collision? It's this one. But this is also fine. It's like we own this area as well, so it should work. Also I mean, I would prefer like having a pillar there, but yeah, nothing really drives like through there. It's just empty space, I think, at least. So this looks quite nice. Then so I mean, we I don't know if we keep like if we keep the train station there, but this route stays anyway, because we need to, there's we have a big loop in here, so our trains can loop around here, which does not help that much because we need to properly connect it here, but it basically enables, at least for like the harbor setup, to go directly from here to here later. But it probably needs a better setup for this, because I don't know if they do, but I don't think they do, where like they go like this and then back. They don't. Only if you set it up manually or something. So we need to figure it out, but we still have time. And I'm really like pumped up for the update, because I would love to like set up bigger train yards where like they all like go in and then select which of the many stations, or like always terminals, which of the many terminals they go to. But we will see if that works out. Like, I don't know why they didn't have it before. They didn't have it in like Transport Fever 1, which annoyed me already, because some of the older games had that and it worked fine. But you never know. Like, it's hard to imagine. It all depends on how they implemented everything. So who knows? They probably will not tell us. And we have some stuff which, like, probably, I don't know how this works. But we have it. So, who knows? But some of the stuff is quite interesting. And it's like... it's fun. So, we need a bridge here again. I'm not sure if like they can build houses then under the II, but we will figure it out. But it looks great. So like this would make sense probably. Or like you have a train station as well. I mean, but if you would ship stuff, you would directly go to the train station. It doesn't make sense, so we probably remove it. So then let's just remove the vehicles. It saves us some money, and we probably remove the station as well because it just doesn't make sense anymore. And flatten out everything nicely. And yeah, we probably need to remove those as well. Because we don't want it, like, if they do funky crossing without a station, it gets confusing. Which, like, if you have too many mods, it gets, like, really annoying. With the sorting of stuff. There are some mods who, like, handle sorting, at least I think they do, but then you never find what you search, and it's like, you have these areas, but every modder, like, names them differently, and it's really hard sometimes to figure out stuff. I also need to remove some of the invisible stuff, which I don't know where it comes from. So probably we want to... will this remove the train exit? No. Because we probably want this whole angle a bit differently. If we have no station in the... oh, damn it. I removed... it did remove the train exit, but it's fine because we don't need it there anymore. Can just still exit there. Okay. What is it trying to do there? Okay. So this looks fine. Let's move it out a bit so it looks a bit nicer. It's not like we need to add a lot more stuff to make it really nice. Like we should add some trees up here probably. Assets. We want trees. And probably a lot more trees here. Because like that's a hillside, so it should probably be all trees up here. And we will do that later. So like a forest, some stones, because like we dug a tunnel, so there should probably be some stones if there's still place for stones. Same as probably here. True. And we dug a tunnel, so there should be stone, because we don't remove all the stones. We're like, can't afford that. Company, not a charity. So add some trees. I'm not building most of the stuff realistically, so I'm just going over it and like deciding where I want some stuff. So probably it doesn't make sense where some stuff appears, but that's also fine because it's fun. I mean, it could be fun to build realistically, but only if you like really have a plan. If I would build a real model train, I probably would like make a proper planning. But this doesn't look good at all. So we need to... I'm not sure. Do we want to like... No, we probably want to let it go lower. It's like... I'm not that sure which oh, why did it do this? We don't want this at all. So I'm not sure. Yeah, there's some processing. Oh, yeah. Damn it. We had like, that's like if you have too many mods, like something probably always does something. Need to be careful of that. So this should work. Or not. It's really high though, so we probably want to go higher. Yeah. Yeah, it was the board toolbox. This looks nice. I mean, it's probably too high, which we should remove. It's basically always the same here. I'm setting them too high. Because we don't need such a high angle. We can probably just go out straight here. Yes. Then we can also go lower here. Yeah, this looks fine. This looks how it should, like it would work. I mean, it's a bit too. I mean, it's a bit too much wiggling though. Because like we own this station as well, so we probably would just build it like this. And we have a pillar like. Okay, this solved it. Nope, it just moved it up to the street. Damn it. Okay, so we really need this the bridge asset, probably. How long can we make it though? 50. So we can set it up so it runs basically. It should be fine like this, though. Streets. This looks fine. And this looks fine as well. Yeah, this looks pretty straight. At least like, I mean, it's like, it's hilly here. And it's powered, so it's not in the way somewhere here as well. It's a conveyor, it's not like a chute, so it should work. Okay, then where's our station here? Then let's buy 10 again. Yes, let's buy 10, and then CC Crowens Gate Goods Factory, which we probably have now twice. Oh no, it's goods transfer. Is this the not existing anymore? No, this is this one probably. So, oh, it should have a T somewhere. Or not. No, it's this one. Okay, we can remove it. And this should work now. Yes, and it's connected to both of them. This could be quite nice if it works out. I mean, it's too kinked. Like, it's not. We could probably rotate the station a bit. I mean, if you really build it, probably, like, it doesn't look like it's really smart people build it. I built it, so it's yeah, it's just placed in there. It does not look like somebody planned a lot while building it. which is kind of true. So let's put more trees up in here if we can, and the same here as well, because it looks kind of ugly. So basically it's integrated in like this whole transfer station. It's like, oh, this is this horse carriage again, just like making a nice traffic stop. But there are probably more vehicles who do this. So the question is it working? Which we will see soon. So it looks like it works. Oh no, I'm not sure yet. It should work. So it's kind of hard to see with these. No, it didn't transport anything yet. It's not liking, jeez. This is our local transfer. This is the one which goes to the textile mill. It should work. It's connected or not? Yes, it is. And it's connected there as well, yes. So let's see if... Oh, because we reset all the... Yes, we are getting supplied. Just takes some time. I mean, like with all the symbols, it gets really cluttered. I mean, we probably can disable some of them. Text notifications. Enable guide system, probably not. Interface scaling, money number format and stuff like this. I don't know if you can, probably can set it up somewhere. Well, perhaps not. Who knows? I'm not sure. Because like, we don't... We don't need most of like... We don't need these overlays, and we don't need... I mean, there are probably settings somewhere for it, but I don't know why. I didn't play this game like, I don't know, for like 2 years. Or like 1 year or something like this. I quite like it. It's pretty chill. But you never know. Like, it's kind of hard to get into it. Because not everything is like... I mean, some stuff is pretty basic and you just get it when looking at it, but like these menu settings are like horrible, kind of. But Skylines has the same problem with like too many mods, and you need mods for like handling the areas, which you just don't have here yet. It looks like it's working out for us though. They're oh no, are they transporting stuff now? I'm not sure yet. They should, but suppliers and consumers, yeah. There is. I don't know if it reset, like sometimes the shipping networks, if you change lines and stuff, gets reset, and I don't know how fast. Sometimes it takes longer, and then you think it doesn't work anymore, and then at some point it just works again. So now it should technically... Oh, no. Huh. I'm not sure yet. Let's do something else and then see if it works. Current modern. Textile and early food processing unit. So this one is only shipping to Bakerstown. It's not shipping to Crown's Gate. Oh, there's another one up here. Oh, it's a car factory though. So those are the only. Oh, by the way, the map comes without industries, so you need to place them yourself or basically let it random generate. And yeah, so it kind of put both of them like in this area, which is kind of nice though, because then we need to have like long transfer routes for it, which I quite like. The one good thing of this game is like that it handles multi-station transport quite nicely, which other games before did not. It's like, but then again it does not do multi-station selecting, which like the old transport games did. I don't know why. I mean, it's probably engine limitations or something, so because if it would be easy they would have done it already. And I read, like, I don't know if it was like in TF1 or in this one, that they had some like FPS or like performance issues, UPS then, with like connections and stuff, which makes sense because it calculates a lot. It's not just displaying stuff, it calculates a lot of, especially if you have multi-hop connections where like it puts stuff in this train, then it moves there, and then it puts it on a truck, moves there, and then again and back and forth. It gets a lot of connection info at some point. So this one goes in here. So these are all white traffic, so we need to go back into this lane somewhere. Or here. So we can loop it again. I mean, this line is basically pointless, probably. Like, nobody will drive around here. It's just decoration, probably. But where do we join it? Because it could still be used if like the other lanes are full, and then I don't know how dynamically they like decide which lane they take. But like if they are all going, basically they all go back in the same thing again. So they go from here to like our station and then they go back. And on the return, like on the other side, we could go to here. It could just take this one, or it could take... Yeah. I'm not sure, we could probably join in here again. Yeah, we should do that. Makes more sense in the end. Because this is a pure outgoing line. Yes. So... let's use track constructions. We have just one track and we want it compact. Why they always sit like, sometimes I don't know, like some of this bars are somehow connected. I don't know if this is right or not though. It feels not right though. So and then we need We need to kind of those. How do we set it up? I mean, this one is done here. This is fine. So we connect back in here. Where do we start connecting? No, I know what we use. We use the... We have this one here, which should help us with doing funky connections. So if we do a left connection, because this one handles too much curvature. Why should there be too much curvature? Perhaps there is. So let's start on the other side. Let's do it here. So no. Okay, it's in the setting, the turnout is probably too small. Okay. Don't really need to... Oh, now we set up. It's probably my scrolling in these areas. Don't want a wall. Probably also don't want a slope. Damn it. Damn it. Oh no, I'm breaking it. Track. So we want here. And then we want this straight area, which is now... Somehow I broke it. It was so nice nestled in there at some point. Okay, it's this one probably. Okay, then... Shorter turnouts. It's still really sloped. We don't want any slope. Is this correct? It looks fine, yes. So... we need another out. Oh no, let's do it differently. We have... Oh, damn it, why is it always like removing all of them? I just want to remove one. And this is like... This is the only stuff. It's like, this game is really nice in some ways, but like, it's not really the game. It's probably like how... I'm not sure if this works. 1, 2, 3. No, we need 4 then. So we need to do this. And we can't because it has too much curvature again. But if we do it 5, okay, this works. And let's hope this works kind of. If it works, yes, it works. Okay, this looked quite nice. So... I also don't know why sometimes some you can't really upgrade. I always hear beeping in this song somewhere. I don't know if this is... Oh, it should be. We still have 2 lines here. I didn't decide it yet. Yeah, this looks like this is a different track type, and I don't know why I can't replace it. Because I replaced all the other tracks. Yeah, this song makes me mad. Like the honk sound. Okay, so this looks like it works. I mean, it's again going with a lot into one, but it should work fine. So the net add signals. Oh, we have new signals again. Yeah, I'm kinda having too many already, I think. I like this one. Okay, we want one here, and it's one way. Yes. And we want one here, probably. Then we have another one there, yes. And then here it's probably just where everything merges. Then that's another round here. So this should basically, like, we can park a lot of trains again. I don't think we need this many parking slots in this area, but we have a big yard, so we need to use it. So I'm on for an hour now, so let's make a small pause. I'm back in like 5 to 10 minutes. Bye bye.